So I'm going to be throwing these metal thumbsticks onto my controller here. It's one of my backup controllers, so I'm not too worried about opening it up. They're nice and shiny. Check that out. Give them a little clank. I picked these up on eBay. I'll leave a link in the description below. I'll let you know what I think of them. Maybe pick some up yourself. So I got this little toolkit here. It's hyper tough, the 17-piece. Ended up picking up at Walmart. I think it was only $10, $12, so it wasn't too bad. What's nice about it is it comes with the prying tool. Good for getting the backs of the controller off. Also, we'll put our little bit into our tiny screwdriver here. It's a T8. Alright, so first thing we want to do is get to the screw that's underneath the sticker here. Once you break it, you're going to void your warranty, so don't do it if you have a warranty, but mine's way past due, so I'm just going to open it up. Alright, so now that that's out, I like to use my battery pack backing as the just to hold my screws here. So take your little prying tool, if you have one. You can also just rip it off with your hands if you want. Use your fingernails and get under there, but I recommend having one of these little tools so you don't break any of the little prongs in there. Might take us a couple tries, but once you get in there, just give it a couple twists, turns, and it'll pop off. This one I'm popping off and flying across the room. So now I'm going to do the other side here. So you can see the screws in there. Now we'll just pry this sucker off too. Now you don't worry about breaking it. You're going to hear like, clicking and cracking, but no biggie. Some of the little prongs will break, but you got a whole bunch more. None of these ones broke, so that's a-okay. So you want to take out these 4 screws after you've taken out that one that's behind the sticker. There's these 4 here. So I'm just going to speed this up and get those out of there. Okay, so once you got your 5 screws off, it's fairly easy to get the front and back off. I spilled my screws a little bit. And it should just slide right off. Both sides should come off very easy. Bing, bang, boom. You can throw these in the sink and wash them. You can let them soak in there for a little while. But I usually just wipe them down unless they're really dirty. And you can see there's a hair in there. I don't know if you can see that from here or not, but there's a hair right on the front of the controller. There's usually some of the thumbsticks and stuff, so I like to get the electronic duster. And you get your isopropyl 91% alcohol. And of course some Q-tips. So I like to always just dust it off first, get a little spray, get the hairs, dust out of there, anything that, I probably can't see with my eyes, but there's always going to be a little something you get out of there. What I like to do is I like to take my Q-tip here, and I like to soak it pretty good, give it a few dips there. And get around your buttons real good, but make sure it's wet enough to where you can get the alcohol in down between the buttons and the plastic part there. You want to rub around all around the buttons and make sure it's getting all around the button, what you want to do is mash the button a little bit, so you know any stick. Sometimes there's stuff in there that you just want to get out of there, dust, goop, whatever. Maybe your kid got some apple juice in there or something. So you just mash the buttons, clean around them, and then I do the same for all the buttons there. I even do the same for the little bumper parts. I'll do that later. Let's get these thumbsticks off of there. And of course there's some hairs in there. I don't know if you can see them on the camera or not, but I pulled out the little hairs and of course give it a little spray. Should clear that right up. And I just wipe everything down a little bit with a Q-tip. Usually I do a little better cleaning, but this one I just wanted to make this video for the thumbstick purposes. And this controller is not too bad, so. Alright, now we got it cleaned up, we're going to throw on our thumbsticks here. Got to make sure they're placed right because there is a little flat spot here. Got to make sure it goes on just right. And there's the other one. If you look here, you'll see that how it's kind of flat on both sides. You want to line those up correctly so you get your thumbstick on there. And that one went on just fine. Now, like I said, you can throw these in the sink and let them soak or wash them, but this one's not too bad, so I just took it aside and wiped it off. We'll throw that back on, and we'll put our back on. And all that pretty much just clicks right together. It won't hold together, so make sure you're keeping it together, because if you let go of the front or back, it will fall off until it's screwed together. So I'm going to take the middle screw and put it on there real fast, just so we don't lose any of the front or the back. I'm actually going to take the sticker off. I usually take a little more time to get the whole sticker off. With this one, like I said, for the thumbsticks, I just wanted to put those on to see what they were like. I'll do that later. I'll make sure I do a second clean and get all that crap off of there. So I'll show you here soon with my other controller that I like to get it all off just to make sure it's nice and clean and there's no goop in there, and just much better product after that's done. This is kind of my Frankenstein controller. I took two controllers and made this one. The front doesn't even cover the full thing, but I think it's pretty cool to see some of the inside of the controller. Alright. Now I'm just going to put it back together here. I'll speed it up and we'll put all of our screws back in. Pretty much just reverse what you did the first time around. Alright, we'll get our backs on. Those just click in just like that. And pretty cool. I think these are pretty neat. I have to give them a little play test to get a better idea of what they're like. Just pop some batteries in real quick and make sure our controller turns back on. I actually like these pretty cool. They're pretty neat. They're not too bad. I thought they would be pretty slippery, but I'll give a little play test and let you guys know what I think. Alright, here's me playing some Doom with that controller. I happen to really like these thumbsticks. They're not too bad. I like the way they look. I like the way they feel. They're basically your normal thumbsticks. They're just metal. Nothing too exciting about them, but I do like the way they feel. I like the way they look. I'd have to say if you're probably one of those sweaty gamers, it's probably not going to work out for you because it might be a little slippery. But other than that, I'd have to say I approve of these. I think they're very good. They're not too bad at all. Like I said, maybe not if you got sweaty fingers, may not be the best for you, but if you're like me and you don't really get sweaty playing games, you should be just fine. But I think these are pretty cool, definitely worth picking up. If you know how to get the controllers open, you got the tools, I definitely recommend putting them on. So here it is. I want to say thanks a lot for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other ideas or recommendations for what I should do with the controller, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.